Hey everybody, the tank is finally cleared up a little bit, so I thought it would be fun to do a deep dive into the fish I've got in here, and maybe talk a little bit about the aquascape that I've chosen for them. For those that are unfamiliar with these fish, this is a Lake Tanganyika environment. All these fish are endemic to Lake Tanganyika, which means they're found nowhere else in the world. We have 3 species of rock dwellers and 1 species, but 6 fish of sand sifters. That's those silver guys swimming across there. The sand sifters are Xenotilapia Bathyphilus. They're actually a deep water fish. That's why they have such big eyes, because they're used to a deep water environment with less light down there. But they sift through the sand for little bits of food. They also will use the sand bed for their breeding, to lay the eggs, and then they are mouth brooders, so they will carry the eggs in their mouths for the rest of the egg carrying process. Next we have this is my Eretmodus Cyanostictus. He is a Tanganyikan goby. He has recently discovered his own reflection in the front pane of glass, so he's been flaring up and draining his color and stressing out over the fact that he can see himself. When he goes to the back of the tank, he seems fine. It's just that front pane of glass seems to be kind of stressing him out. But he has no effective swim bladder, which means that if he stops swimming, he sinks down, and that's because in the lake they are naturally found in the tidal area where there's a lot of wave activity. And so they have effectively evolved to not be buoyant, so that they don't get pushed around when the waves crash down around them, which is kind of a neat little thing. But he'll be found scraping on the rocks, trying to eat the algae and stuff like that, and also apparently just floating around in the middle of the water column. Then we have my Julidochromis Dickfeldi. He's kind of the tank boss. He doesn't really run away from anybody, but everybody runs away from him. So that's his role. He kind of he'll chase the goby around a little bit, but he's honestly not super aggressive. He gets his way, and that's about all there is to it. He occupies that cave there. Believe it or not, he shares the cave with my Altolamprologus Compressiceps. I don't know why, but they have kind of formed some sort of bond where they are allowed in each other's territory, and they'll flare at each other sometimes, but they won't attack each other, and they kind of seem to have a mutual understanding. So they will live in there together, and they started digging around a little bit. You can kind of see they're getting under that rock over there. So that's all the species I have in here. For the scape here, because we've got a couple rock dweller species and then the sand sifters, I've got an area for both of them. This is 30 pounds of black mountain Cereus stone and blue mountain, and 30 pounds of blue mountain Cereus stone, so 60 pounds total. And then stacked just so that I can get as many caves as possible. They've got all sorts of places they can go through here, and little crevices and nooks and crannies and tunnels that they've dug themselves, and all sorts of places to go. So the rock dwellers really seem to like that. And then of course the sand bed over here for my sand sifters, nice open space for them. Put some twigs, that's a piece of a banana stem in there to kind of make things look a little bit more natural. And then there's a smaller cave over there that the goby uses occasionally to escape any aggression that comes his way. And then a couple Anubias nana plants that I've kind of stuffed under the rocks with the rhizomes exposed, and they seem to be doing pretty well, actually. I've gotten a couple new leaves off of them recently, so they seem to be happy. Filtration, I've got an Aqua Clear 70 back there, and then the Aqueon, I don't know, it's like a 35 or something, whatever the number is. It came with the last tank that I had, and then the Maxi Jet 600, just adding some circulation. These guys really like oxygen-rich water and really clean water, so I've got over 10 times the gallon per hour filtration for this tank. I think I've got 500 gallons per hour being filtered in a 40-gallon tank. So nice and clean, very clean for them. I keep the nitrates low, and they all seem to be seem to be thriving. I love watching these guys just comb through the sand almost in unison. It's a lot of fun to watch. And they're still pretty small. They've got about 2 inches more to grow. Just about everything in this tank has about 2 inches left to grow, so they're all still pretty small. But they've got a little bit of color coming in. This is my big guy of my Xenotilapia, and he's got that big black spot on his dorsal fin that he likes to flare up. He's tried breeding with the females a couple times, and I found that he only seems to attempt to do it at nighttime, but he hasn't had any takers yet. But he keeps trying. And that's about it for now. I've really enjoyed setting up this tank and watching it as the new territories develop and the new personalities kind of see or settle into the tank. But if you have any questions about it or anything like that, leave a comment below. I would love to talk about it, or just fish in general. Or if you want to send me pictures or a video of your tank, I would like to look at it, because I love fish. And I think that's that. Thanks for watching, if you watched this far. And maybe I'll make another one of these sometime.